you guys. This is First Saturdays at Brooklyn Museum. Woo! February 2nd, 2019. Hey, 2019.
Oh.
2019. Hey, 2019.
What are you saying?
I don't know what I was shooting just now, but it's okay.
Hold on.
I guess we have seen
This is very funny. Because that's from 1967. This one right here, 1967.
So when you were telling me about how you get up and that like that, I mean, it was just like basically
as we moved into the third gallery now and we experienced a significant change of feel, that was intentional as we have now entered what is officially the Black Power movement, Black Power period, which is said to have begun in 1966. Now, history is not tidy, so there's no way in which you can kind of mark the beginning and end of anything really, but it's a useful kind of a date for thinking through what were some significant changes that, you know, in terms of strategy that activists undertook, and real sense of self that people felt during this period. The Black Power period is supposed to it's thought to have begun after a particular action undertaken by an activist named James Meredith, where he went on a solo march against fear to call attention to violence that Black citizens were facing, particularly to exercise their right to vote in the South. And on the second day of his march, he was shot by a white citizen. And it became this turning point because there was this real sense that no longer could judicial and legislative means be the only way that Black citizens would find equality. So in 1966, you have the formation of the Black Panther Party, this sense that Black people have to, in some cases, arm themselves, but require a kind of self-sufficiency, a separate political order, a separate social order, and a separate aesthetic order. So we see some of the outgrowths of this period. A major icon that we see during this period is the use of, or strategy, is the use of the American flag, which comes to symbol the state in general. So this work is by Faith Ringgold. It is called The Flag is Bleeding, and it is perhaps as explicit of a work that that you could see, very characteristic of the moment, wherein the citizens of the U.S. are literally being enmeshed in this bleeding, the bleeding stripes of the USA, the Black citizen with his having been stabbed in the chest. A second symbol that many of us have seen and know is the Black Power fist. So if you could turn your attention to the center of the room, which features a work by Elizabeth Catlett called Black Unity. It was made in 1968. Catlett had, at this period, been living in Mexico for decades. She expatriated in the late 1940s. And it's a reminder that this was an international movement. Catlett is in Mexico, but she's looking to what's happening in the US. This is the same year as the Summer Olympics, where John Carlos and Tommy Smith held up the Black Power fist. Again, a kind of iconic moment in the movement. And on the other side are the two figures, which I think relates to kind of this idea of a Black unity, togetherness. And in addition to the art that was taking place, that was being made during this period, there was also significant art activism. So artists who not only wanted to make work that related to the political moment, but also demanded that their work be shown in mainstream institutions such as this one. There was a major event that happened in the aftermath of an exhibition at the Met called Harlem on My Mind. So Harlem on My Mind was a show that was billed as the first African-American art show at the Met. So artists were very excited, looking forward to it, and when the details of it emerged, it turned out that the show was actually photographs of Harlem and city life taken by both, there were Black photographers invited, but it wasn't exclusively Black photographers. So when you consider what I said in the last gallery about the status of photography, coupled with the fact that there was no painting and sculpture by Black artists, it was kind of a double slate. It was this opportunity to show what Black artists had been up to, and instead it became this weird kind of documentary, anthropological moment. So it resulted in many protests and the formation of the Black Emergency Cultural Coalition, which was one of the major artist activist groups that protested basically everyone. Here at Brooklyn, we faced our own protests, of course, but that came from mostly Brooklyn members, local artists who asked themselves, why are we not being shown, or asked the institution, why are we not being shown in our local museum? And so the museum responded by starting what was called the Community Gallery. It was in existence for 2 decades. It's where Frida Kahlo will be, where One Basquiat was, if you remember that, on the first floor. And it basically showed any kind of identity group you can think of had a show there. It wasn't just Black artists, Native American artists. It had a show for the blind of tactile work. It was very progressive. But at the same time, it was a kind of vexed history because the first director was treated very poorly. And he was made to fundraise all of the exhibitions on his own. So that is a story you see a lot during this period, you know, a little concession, but it's never quite enough. It's never what it should be.
So today we are illustrating, we're creating these activist patches, right? And so for me, what comes to mind is, when I think of Black History Month, is reparations. So myself, being a person of color, someone who's married to a Black person, I would have no idea what it feels like to be Black, and I'm not going to pretend I do. But I know that I can put my money where my mouth is and pay Black people for what they are deserved. Doesn't matter if I think they deserve it or not. It's money, whether you're white, whether you're Latinx, whether you're Asian. That money should be in the pockets of Black people, no matter if you think they deserve it or not. No matter if they think they deserve it or not. That's what comes to my mind when I think about Black History Month. So for me, if I were to create my patch, because I haven't been able to do so, but if I were to create my patch, reparations would be the thing that I would try to illustrate. So for you all, while I'm talking, I would like you to think about how are you going to illustrate what you are trying to speak into the world with your patch, with your message, what you're going to create.